Day in the life of a frugal person. What exactly does it mean to be a frugal person, and how do they spend their days? Put simply, being a frugal person is someone who is very careful about spending money. To be a frugal person can take as little work as just changing your spending habits in a few key areas. So let's see what a day in the life of a frugal person looks like. Frugal people always make their own coffee. Coffee is a popular beverage among many people, and the cost of a cup of coffee may rapidly add up. That is why a frugal individual prefers to prepare their own coffee rather than purchasing it from Starbucks. Making your own coffee can undoubtedly help you save money because your coffee can be up to 10 times less than what you pay for at a Starbucks. And this can really pile up over time and help you save money. Another reason to brew your own coffee is because you can control the quantity of the coffee you put in your coffee cup. Making your own coffee also allows you to try out new recipes. You can experiment with different flavors and strengths, as well as create your own unique drinks. This can be entertaining as well as cost-effective. The day of a frugal person always starts from the time they wake up in the morning, so brewing their own coffee is a great way to start the frugal day. They make it a habit of adjusting thermostat before leaving home. Keeping your home to the temperature you want can be expensive, whether you want to blast it with cool air in the summer or turn up the heat in the winter. That's why frugal people raise or lower their thermostat before leaving the house to reduce utility costs. The U.S. Department of Energy says that turning your thermostat back 7 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 hours a day can save you 10% per year on heating and cooling costs. That might mean that you get a little warmer in the summer, or that you need to add a layer to stay warm in the winter. But if you figure it out, it's an easy way to save money and spend less each month. Frugal people always opt for the generic brand. If you want to save money at the grocery store, be frugal and buy the generic or store brands instead of name brands. For many items, you won't be able to tell the difference. For example, buying store brand frozen vegetables or tomato sauce won't make much of a difference, especially if you use those ingredients in recipes and spice them up. You can make the same meals for less money. You won't notice the taste difference, but you will notice the price difference. They use the purchase waiting period technique. Frugal people try to put a waiting period on buying things to stop themselves from buying things on the spot. Whether you usually shop online or just wander around the mall, taking a break before you buy can help you avoid buying things you didn't really need. If you write down the things you want to buy and tell yourself that if you still want them in a week or a month, you'll buy them then, you may find that the urge to buy often goes away. If that urge doesn't go away, you might have given yourself time to think of other ways to buy that item, like buying used. Using a waiting period, you may even be happier with the things you do buy because you've thought about them for a long time before taking the plunge and spending the money. That means more money saved and more happiness, so everyone wins. Frugal people eat out less often. Do you always order takeout in the evenings, eat breakfast on the go, or order lunch several times a week? You might find that just this one frugal habit, cooking more meals at home, has a big effect on how much you save each month, especially if eating out is one of your biggest costs right now. We are not saying that frugal people never go out to eat, but they are always mindful of it and try their best to limit the amount of times they eat out per week. If you have a busy schedule, you can make sure you're well fed on weeknights without paying more for convenience by preparing your meals ahead of time and even freezing them in bulk. They make use of their local public library. Using your local library could help you save money if you often buy new books, pay to rent movies, buy audiobooks, or go to expensive events. No matter what you like to do for fun, think of your library as a place where you can get what you want without spending money. Many libraries also have modern updates like a Library of Things, where you can borrow useful items or free passes to community events, art museums, performances, and more. Check with your local library to see what free resources you can use. Frugal people often buy secondhand items. Making it a practice to buy secondhand items wherever possible allows you to save money without having to give up anything. Consider buying used clothing, glasses and other kitchen goods, home decor and furnishings, school books, or even a car. Buying something new frequently means paying full price. However, buying secondhand can result in significant savings without requiring you to sacrifice quality. For example, if you need a new pair of jeans, go to your local thrift store or consignment store. You might be able to discover name brand alternatives for a fraction of the price. Look for local, buy-nothing groups on social media to save even more money. If you are enjoying the video so far, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to see more money-saving tips. Frugal people are more low maintenance. This is not to imply they are untidy, but they make a conscious decision not to invest in costly aesthetic operations on a regular basis. Manicures, hairstyling, spa treatments, massages, and other such activities are enjoyed on an as-needed basis rather than on a regular basis. The same is true for clothing. Quality and simplicity are more important than trends. They always have a good knowledge of money. Frugal people are constantly looking for ways to enhance themselves and their financial knowledge by reading books, discussing with friends, and experimenting with investing and budgeting. They read blogs and listen to podcasts that help them refine their frugality abilities. Frugal people have long-term plans and plan for the future. They refuse to live paycheck to paycheck and always make decisions with a big picture in mind. They have a strong work ethic and are willing to put in the effort in their early years in order to experience greater financial freedom later in life. They always live within their means. Frugal people budget meticulously, set aside a set amount of money for savings and investments, and stick to it. They save for large purchases, prefer to pay cash rather than credit, and have an emergency reserve. They most emphatically do not shop for amusement. Frugal people do not upgrade their technology until they absolutely need to. They consciously avoid the impulse to constantly get the newest phone or laptop. These are the people who continue to use their iPhone 10s, while the rest of the world is wanting to upgrade to the iPhone 12, 13, and 14. They don't buy brand new cars. Frugal people understand that new automobiles lose value the moment they are driven off the lot. They also recognize that cars, whether new or used, are money pits that should be seen simply as utilitarian rather than as a source of status or pleasure. They know new autos are simply not a good investment. Frugal people try to buy in bulk. They are willing to give up storage space for food or household supplies in order to save money. They shop at wholesale clubs or bargain grocery stores and keep an eye out for sales. As a result, they have a keen sense of price and recognize when something is worth stocking up on. They often have a better mental well-being. Last but not least, this may be the most important daily life hack of frugal people. This is because they are no longer overwhelmed by the crushing mental burden of consumer debt. You might believe that paying attention to every tiny detail in life in order to save money is additional work, but for many thrifty people, it becomes a joyful game. They strive to achieve better and reach their goals faster as they build momentum. So these were some of the habits that frugal people do follow in their daily life. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Check out this video about the best frugal tips for 2023 on low income.